Got a pool and a pond. Pond be good for you.
Welcome to the Ugly Truth.
She is always with us in spirit.
Yes, I've been chit-chatting with her a little bit. She was supposed to come over yesterday for dinner, but her son has a nervous, stomach because school has started.
First day of school. We got to go back to school again.
Whoa. Yeah. To all of you that have small children or even high school kids who are going back to school, how's it going? Did you get them
I'm enjoying seeing some of the pictures.
Did you get them on their sleep schedules?
How long has it been since we had a first day of school?
It has been. Hold on. Wait, you're making me do math. Hold on.
5,
3,
6,
5, 7 years. 6 years. 6 years.
Yeah, yeah, because she graduated just before
yes,
the pandemic.
6
so
years.
6 years. Yeah.
Do you miss it?
No,
I don't miss it at all.
at all.
In fact, I actually get hostile when we drive by the high school because we don't do it very often, but when we do, every time I go, like I see it, I'm like, oh, those poor parents.
I know.
Now, I was very present. I did not gloss over or disassociate when I was an active parent. Yeah, but you were working out of the house. I was working in the house.
Yeah.
So I overall was the one.
Yeah.
Mostly. And so I did not. I was like, okay, I have chosen this life. I have chosen to have a litter of kids.
A gaggle of kiddos.
So here we are.
Yep.
Gave up my illustrious career in marketing and media so that I can raise
sacrifice for
these children and be there for them every day. Anyway.
I'll tell you what I do miss about the first day of school.
I know what you miss about the first day of school.
What?
Our breakfast.
We would always pick some random ass place to go.
Yep.
And drop them off and say, see ya.
I think, so this is a little deep. Mm-hmm. This is a deep cut. But when the kids were really little, we would go to our favorite kosher deli.
That's true.
And have breakfast.
We didn't start varying it up until it was closed.
But then he closed.
I know.
And then we had to go find substitutes. And we never did, by the way.
We didn't, but we tried some random shit too. We did, I think,
Mimi's Cafe.
which is like yeah. And then,
I don't know. We went downtown.
One of my, I wouldn't say it was my favorite meal, but it was definitely the most out there we did. We went to Fox and Goose, which was and had like an English
breakfast.
Pub breakfast. Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but
and
it was
mimosa
cool.
was terrible.
It was terrible.
Whole thing. Now, anyway, so you're right. And
we should still do that, even though it's not our children.
Absolutely not. And you were so funny because you're like, Malia had her first day of school, and you're like, oh, this is it. I don't even remember what we did. And I said, yeah, this is it. And you're like, we should keep doing this. I said, absolutely not. I am not getting up on August whatever day to go to breakfast with you
when there's no kids
because you don't want to let it go.
It's
time to let it go.
It's time to let it go.
But I will say, though, we had some great, having school-age kids, the first days of school are amazing. Now, I was not one of those people that cried when my children went to kindergarten. I never did. No. I don't know. Did you?
No.
Because when Natalie went, I just remember it was so exciting because she was the, third? I mean, everybody was in school. She was Malia was way younger than everybody else. So she was literally the second one to go. And I remember it like it just happened. Yeah. She was wearing a little burgundy dress. I remember everything. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard. And I do not envy parents today. I don't even know what it would be like today to have to do school post-pandy because somebody mentioned, they're like, hey, all those pandemic babies are going to kindergarten this year. And it's like, holy shit.
Not all of them, but some of them.
Well, if you were reared in 2020. If
you were born right before then. And then
And a lot of people were thinking they're going to be hellions.
I think it's feral. I think it's going to be more next year, but it's going to be nuts. It's crazy though, because I just think that they grew up in such a different environment than other kids, and so for them, I hope they were doing preschool. I hope they were doing those things to kind of socialize them because
you know what? Here's the way I look at stuff like this.
But kids are adaptable. So
kids are very adaptable and they crave structure for the most part. Even the wild ones, even the little wild wahinis love a strict teacher as long as the teacher is kind.
Yes.
They love the rules. They love the schedule.
They love a format.
They will try to push on it and they'll try to push on it to see if they can get away with it. When they figure it out, usually they thrive. I just think the set of challenges now is nothing like when our kids were in school. I think it's very different. And I remember when things started to change. Malia, our youngest, was in high school. And I remember vividly telling her, because, you know, we're kind of ADHD-ish equally. Like we almost have the same qualification, like similarities in our ADHD. I should say it that way. So we both don't lose our shit when things get serious. We're very calm, right? I get anxiety, but so does she. But anyway,
no, but that has nothing to do necessarily with things getting serious. That can happen anytime.
So
I think you guys are very cool under pressure.
I told her, I said, "Yo, if any of these fools try to do the gun thing, you run. You do not listen to those teachers." I go, "You run serpentine to the back of the field. You leap over that fence because you're a cheerleader. I know you can do it. And you run, and then you call me. I'll come get you. And we'll deal with the fallout later."
Yeah.
I don't want to, and it's like those are the kind of rules.
You don't think the lockdown works?
No. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I mean, no. Yeah. But I didn't have to endure it. I have never had to. But I told Malia, I'm like, this is not a time to follow rules. It's like when there's a fire. Yeah. Just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Don't mess around and get out. And I'm sure there are people going, no, that's not how you do it. Everybody, I'm like, yeah, well, run serpentine. It's really, really hard to catch you when you run serpentine. But yeah, I do not miss school-age children at all. And I think it's because I refuse to not be present in it. Yeah. So I don't have to go back and do it again.
Sure. Well, and you don't feel like you missed anything.
No.
Yeah, I don't. You know what, though? Let me ask you this. Do you miss being a school-age child? Which do you miss more?
Oh, God.
Having school-age children or being a school-age child?
If someone forced my hand and said, you have to either become a kid again or have little kids again, I'd be like, give me my children.
Yeah.
My childhood was horrific. Yeah. Horrible. I would never want to go back to middle or elementary school. Nothing. There was nothing. No joy. No. Immediately no. Yeah. No. And that doesn't even include being bullied at school. Yeah. It's like the home
life was bad enough.
Horrible. Yeah. And this was also the time when Adam was kidnapped by that insane person, and he was completely just
the thing that ultimately led to
everything.
What's that show?
Yes, the missing children thing. Yeah, whatever.
The dad, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Adam. Anyway, so that happened, and when we first were like first graders, when I was a first or second grader, the freaking Golden State Killer was roaming the streets of my neighborhood. Right. But my parents like, well, you can still walk to school.
Because God forbid the inconvenience.
But my dad always walked. He literally tailed us in the car. We never walked alone. We never walked alone.
Well, all that has changed for sure. Not like we used to walk quite a bit.
Would you let our kids walk to school now? Like if we lived where we lived when they went to school, would you let them walk to school now?
I mean,
I would walk with them, I think.
Yeah, I'd probably walk at least around the corner. And mind you, I could stand on my roof
and watch them
and watch them. I could throw a rock and hit the school from our roof. It was behind
Honestly,
us.
Honestly, it wasn't creepy people. It was cars. Yeah, they were insane. Yeah, they were. Oh my God, they were so.
They didn't have. Well, they did have crossing guards for a little bit in the one street, but not the streets we went
not the
across.
Side streets. Yeah. No, man, and they drove like bats out of hell. Yeah,
especially those back ways to get on time and shit.
Oh my God,
terrible.
Yeah, so no, I don't miss any of it. Yeah. Somebody was like, well, what about, going to the high school games and watching your daughter cheer, or going to the polo games or the swim meets? And I'm like, okay, athletics, that's a caveat. Yeah. Because those were pretty freaking fun. Don't need to ever go to another cheer competition. I mean, I'm not saying they weren't fun, but...
Well, you did them and you went to them.
They're a lot. They're just a lot. They're all-day adventures, whereas a polo match is 2 hours. You're in and you're out.
Yeah.
And they don't even do, like in the old days when you and I were in sports, pizza parties afterwards. It was like, all right, bye, got homework, and they were out. Like there was nothing. So I appreciate that.
I want to go back to this though, because I know the childhood was horrible and it wasn't so much school as it was home life. But what about those first days of school? Like, was there what was your? Did you have a thing? Did everybody get new clothes? Was there anything that just to the first day of school, not life in general?
Just like everybody back then, in the 80s, your mom took you to Mervyn's.
Yeah.
And you got your school wardrobe for the year.
Yeah.
Your shoes from wherever. And
school clothes. Going school clothes shopping.
You go school clothes shopping, and overall, I got to pick out at least 2 things of my own. Because I don't know about your mom, but my parents picked out all of our clothes. Like I didn't have a ton of options.
Have you seen my school pictures?
I have.
And do you think I picked those things out?
I think you lived with Bert and Ernie most of your childhood, is what I think. But who knows?
A lot of striped shirts.
Who knows? But so I didn't obviously, but I do remember that I was allowed to pick a few things.
Yeah.
Just because they were special. And we started school the day after. It's like September 3rd or whatever back in the day. And it was like 100 degrees in Sacramento. I mean, it was never not cool. And so people would show up in their freaking, I had an Angora sweater.
Oh my God. You're picking whatever the nicest new clothes you got and you wore it no matter what the conditions.
My mom, are you sure you want to wear that? I'm like,
that's funny.
Yes, mother. Because that crisp air
in the morning. Yeah.
But then,
hot all day.
by 11 o'clock, you're dying. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. What about accessories?
I did not have my ears pierced until I was
not even jewelry.
What do you mean?
Backpacks, lunchboxes? No. You didn't do any of that shit?
We had lunchboxes.
Yeah.
I had a Holly Hobby lunchbox.
Okay.
I don't think I had a Happy Days. I might have had a Happy Days. I definitely had a Disneyland one.
Yeah.
But my mom would not have allowed Scooby-Doo. I can't think.
I had a school bus.
I had one shaped like a school bus.
That's
once because the thermos was in the in the hump.
I remember having a Starsky and Hutch one.
All right.
So
that's cool.
But I definitely had that was my most random one. I definitely had the ones everybody else had. Hot Wheels, all the boys had anyway. So Hot Wheels and Scooby-Doo. I had Scooby-Doo. I want to say I had Evel Knievel.
Ooh.
So
fancy.
Definitely that was my thing. I don't remember. So correct me if I'm wrong here, but they have backpacks way more than we did.
I did not have a backpack.
Yeah, I don't even remember having a backpack. Maybe in high school, maybe at most, because we all had. Because nowadays they don't even give them fucking lockers or nothing.
Well, that's why they have backpacks.
Yeah, I know. You have to carry everything all day. Oh, God, we didn't have to do that. We just. I mean, I do recall. I would go to my locker. And whatever my homework was that night, I grabbed those books, threw them in the car or whatever, and I took just those.
Yep.
And then next morning, boom. And then you would throw in between every class, you would just go get the book you had. Nowadays, they don't even have lockers.
I know. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Our poor children.
PE probably, I think, has lockers and stuff, but like, you don't have a locker. Like
I remember in high school once, the one year my mom and dad bought me a really nice gray and pink Nike sweatsuit. So I had a zip up and the gray sweats. Mm-hmm. And I was a junior or senior. And it was so nice to have because I had freaking PE in like first and second period, which is like brutal. It's like
schedules.
Why are you punishing me for this?
Yeah.
And so, and back then in the 80s, girls had their hair did every day. Yeah. There was no wearing pajamas to school, and you had full makeup, full hair, like all the things.
Oh, the Aquanet.
You don't remember this, but I'm sure they still have it. But it was so desperate back then when you had PE. So it was probably my sophomore year because junior you don't. That they had, and maybe they still have them. They were not battery operated, but they had like a little cartridge of like propane or whatever curling irons.
Oh.
And they were like, I don't know, like the size of like,
So a portable, And you
could turn it on, and people would literally try to
show. You can say it.
use their hair. They would curl their hair with these tiny little things, and everything was mini, so that we could bring it and keep it.
Yeah.
And I just remember one time I did my makeup. I'm like, God damn, my makeup looks good today. They're like, all right, ladies, let's get in the pool. And I'm like, no. Never failed.
Yeah.
Never failed. I don't miss going to school. I don't miss taking people to school. None of it. I never felt like I fit in high school, though. And I'm not saying I was a total bitch or anything, because there are clearly still people who I went to high school with who like things on my social media. I mean, you know what I mean? So I know that I wasn't a terrible human, but my brain was like, I don't fit in here. I can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know? And so I don't think everybody feels that way.
You went to a high school that didn't match up with your junior high too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That sucks.
That is true.
Yeah, I didn't either, but for different reasons. Mine really didn't match.
No.
They were not only in different cities,
different religions.
They were in different religions.
Yeah. What does that say? That's a testament to what your parents thought about the education system in Richmond, California.
Well, actually, it's even more so because they were in it.
I know.
Like they were both teachers and administrators in the public school
They're
district.
like, our children can't go here.
You know what it was? My mom she had this thing
That's
where
so funny, actually, now I think about it.
I had to go somewhere in junior high. I had to go somewhere that had Spanish because I had spent my whole elementary school life in a bilingual class.
I am quite surprised that none of the public schools in the Bay Area had Spanish classes.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I don't know. That's what she told me.
Do you think you would take Japanese if you didn't go to a private school? Would you have taken something different? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I would have taken a different language.
That was one of the last sabotage of my mom and dad was I was starting high school and I wanted to take French.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to take French. That's what, and they're like, why? What does French bring to the table for anyone?
Right.
I'm like, I don't care. If I have to take a language, I want to take French.
Yeah.
You really need to take Spanish. And I said, I'm half Mexican, and our father literally refused to allow us to speak Spanish or even barely know our Spanish relatives. And now?
Yeah, exactly.
Now you want me to speak Spanish?
Exactly.
Fools.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I did French. My mom crossed it out and put Spanish and then signed it off.
Ugh.
I was livid. Livid.
Yeah, and I thought
I never did that. I'm like,
so
what
funny.
language? They're like, we want to take French. And I'm like, you can take French.
Yeah, exactly.
And they all took 4 years of French.
They did.
So, I don't know about Natalie. I don't know what she did.
She didn't. She didn't take French. Just the two.
French or Spanish?
Tyler didn't take French.
Well, Tyler's a special little guy.
No, he took a language. No, did he have to take a language?
No.
Yeah, see, things changed too. No. I think the girls were in high school where you had that. Now you have to have 2 years or something. Anyway, speaking of subjects, I always knew that because where my high school was.
I'm being interrogated today. Are you interrogating me?
I'm not even asking you a goddamn question right now.
Well, tell
I'm
me
just
then.
telling you a
sorry.
story.
Go ahead.
I am. My high school was behind or in front of behind, depending on your vantage point, a public high school where most of my friends went.
Did you guys climb the fence and make
No.
Oh.
No. It was all the fields and stuff were in between. So all the baseball, like it was like a hike. Anyway, but we talked a lot. We met after school, did all this kind of stuff. And I always thought that it was interesting that I was taking calculus in junior year. I was taking trig and all that stuff. Like we were like they were like algebra 2 maybe by junior or senior year. And so I was like wondering, why are we taking harder shit than they are? Like I know it's private, but it's like it's still, you're just trying to graduate. It's clearly not required.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh yeah.
Now kids are taking shit in 8th grade that we took in senior year.
Dude, I wouldn't.
It's insane.
I don't know how I would have even gotten through high school.
If I had kids, this would be a problem right now. If we had waited to have kids, and our kids were just now in high school, this would be a problem.
It would be a problem.
Because we are in that gap where like the friends we have, like my brother.
I know.
When Mila gets to high school,
they have 9 and 10-year-olds, man.
He's fucked.
I know, and he's a smart man.
And he's smart, but he's artistic, not mathematics. So
I know
it's going to be.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Kevin Costner, who I am not a fan of, but he was interviewed and he goes, I don't know why we're not teaching more history.
Yeah.
In school.
Yes.
He's like, I don't know why we're not teaching more history in school. It's like they get like 2 years and they get like they just scratch the surface of history, even our own history.
Yep.
And he's like, why don't we just, if you're math inclined and you really love it, you'll find it. You'll find it. And I'm like, well, that's hilarious. I love that take. Wish that was a good thing, but it isn't. Right. We need math, unfortunately. We can't just be all history buffs as we graduate.
You know, pays a lot to be a history buff.
We kind of need to know how to add. I don't know how to add. That's why I don't know. I don't want to say the word, but
I fear my math skills.
I am disabled in the mathematic area.
Not only had I tapped out to where I was like, okay, I've learned as much as I'm going to learn. Now I feel like I'm getting worse. Now I'm getting worse because it's for work. And so because it's for work, I just need to get it fucking done.
Right.
So now I will just Google what's the formula for that.
Oh my God.
And then I'll just put it in Excel. Or nowadays, well, you can even go as far as going, AI, figure this shit out and let me know.
I don't like AI, but it was so funny. The other night I was playing because the new season of my game started, right?
World of Warcraft.
Well, you can mock me if you will. I was
trying to make
very
it manly. It's like World of Warcraft.
And so this woman I play with, somebody said something. She goes, "Oh, we can do the math on that." I'm like, "Oh my God."
You got scientists on your guild though.
Dude, 2 or 3 for sure.
Yeah.
And so I even say he started talking, this other guy, he started talking, I'm like, "Oh, you're like really, really smart." He's like, "Well, I'm like, "Oh, stop downplaying it. There's nothing wrong with being super smart and being a scientist."
The odds of you running
amazing.
Yeah, the odds of you running into a scientist / mathematician / thing in in an online role playing game is higher than normal society.
When I first started playing World of Warcraft, it was a bunch of military guys. Well, now it isn't. True. But she's like, "Well, we can do the math on that." And so she's doing the math on it, and it was helpful for whatever this strategy was. And then
what are the odds of this happening? Or,
yeah. And then she said something else, and I said, "Oh, fun math facts by," and her name. And she just continued, and I don't think anyone was paying attention, but I was, and it was really freaking cool.
That's awesome.
I am very positively, in a good way, jealous of women who are so mathematically brilliant. Our daughter is so mathematically brilliant, and math has always come easier. That's why she's a good chef.
And metric.
God, how long? Okay, so
I could have used a third of her metric brain when we were in Canada.
We already talked about Canada, so there's really no reason to go back. However, how long do you think it would take for us to convert our brains to go to kilometers and liters and meters and all the things? How long do you think? Well, I think it would take me longer than you.
I think it'd take a few months of being embedded with the different things.
How many times did I ask you on our drive?
Kilometers and stuff like that was a little bit easier.
On our drive, I'm like, you're like, "Oh, 50 more kilometers," and I'm like, "What's a kilometer?" And you're like, "I don't know." And I'm like, so I googled it, and I'm like 2/3
of a mile.
It's just under
a
mile. Yeah. And I don't know.
It's just under. It's more than a mile. It's like a mile, 1 point something,
1.23
miles or something.
I do not think it would take us that long.
No, okay.
I think we'd adjust really fast.
Wait. Here's what I mean by that.
It's not that hard.
Here's what I mean though, is that where we would think that way, I think it would take longer, as opposed to out of the gate. What you would do is just convert it in your head.
Okay. Well, here's a perfect example.
Okay.
We were in the hotel.
Yeah.
And it was warm, and I wanted to turn.
Oh, that's right.
I wanted to turn the thermostat down, and you were in the bathroom I think you were showering or whatever. And I was like, God, I want to. It needs to be cooler, just a little cooler. And so I look, and I'm all, well, I don't know what this is. What's 18? I don't even. What's 18? 18 what? Forget it. I'll just put on a blanket. I don't even
Celsius.
care.
I did figure out how to change it to Fahrenheit while we were in the room, but
like I don't care anymore.
We're so
whatever. No, I'm not
the rest. No, not you. I said the rest of the world is on the metric system largely. So.
Well, whatever. They still all want to be me. Anyway,
of course.
Speaking of super smart, we saw the Fantastic Four movie over the weekend.
We did.
And I know we're a little late because, well, nowadays, if you don't see it opening night, the thing is out and streaming in 2 weeks.
I was going to say, if you caught it in the theater, you were you were good.
Yeah. So I think what's going to piss me off is that thing is going to show up on Disney Plus in like a month. And I'm going to be like, God damn it.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I don't know why it didn't get more fanfare, because it's a really good movie.
It did get fanfare.
It's so great. I know, but nobody's really talking about it. Yeah. And I'm like, this is why I liked it. First of all, it was encapsulated. There was nothing. There was no Avengers poking around. There was no weirdness anywhere. Yeah. Well, the cutscene, but I mean, as far as, and they only do that so they'll let you know, by the way, you're going to see these guys again in the quote unquote end game, whatever they call it, you know, when everybody comes together to save the timeline. But I loved first of all, I love, it's not in the 50s, but it's all like the 50s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's very Incredibles, which I think Incredibles was based.
The entire time, although I was focused on it, it was really good. And Sue Storm, 100% amazing. Yeah. That woman is so goddamn beautiful.
The actress.
Oh my God. And the people we went with, they were like, oh yeah, we love her in everything. And I'm like, yeah. Well, maybe that's why I don't know her, because I've never seen her in that. But
I think she was only in one, but she's in a lot of action. She's a good female action actor.
The actor that played the fire guy, literally could be Robert Downey Jr.'s son. Yeah, he's very
symmetrical.
No, his face just gives out so much acting. Like he's so expressive and he's super funny. Yeah, I personally thought he was the best. Yeah. They didn't utilize the rock guy at all. Yeah. Like he was kind of there, but he didn't even really do anything. Pedro Pascal.
That guy's a good actor too.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. Pedro Pascal had like 9 words. He hardly spoke in the movie.
Yeah, he had
hardly at all. Yeah. There was not a lot of dialogue, but you know what? I loved it.
That's weird actually, because I think it was pretty well acted across the board.
It was well acted. I'm not critiquing.
There was action, but it felt like a lot of the action was, hey, here's what happened before. Here's how the Fantastic Four became the Fantastic Four. I
loved all of it.
It was not your typical Marvel movie, which was great.
On that note, though, it did remind me of The Incredibles.
Yes.
And it's the same vibe, the same aesthetic. Yep. And
but Fantastic Four is like old school Marvel too. So yeah.
But with that being said, I'm like, oh, look it, Stretch, just like Stretch. Yeah. Oh, the fire, just like Jack. And I was, whatever. Yeah. But excuse me, I really did. I loved it. I thought it was really, really well done. I liked it. I'm so glad we saw it in the movies, and it was actually kind of a full house. Yeah, which was also kind of nice. It was a very small theater, but whatever. Yeah. It was still cool to be with like other humans enjoying it.
Yeah, that's the part I think I miss most about some of these big Marvel movies is that like going and experiencing it with people there.
Well, we saw Wicked was like that.
Yes.
There was every seat was full. Yeah. That was nice. Yeah. Thank God nobody got up and sang.
Yeah.
I heard that happens.
Well, apparently, speaking of singing in the theater, apparently Lin-Manuel has given everyone permission
to sing
to turn
in the theater.
It up and sing.
I won't be going to that then.
September 5th?
Yeah, I won't be seeing that then.
Yeah,
I'm not going.
Be
I don't want
to Hamilton sing along.
No interest. The other thing that I found that was very hilarious is that going in buzzed was interesting. Oh yeah, because we had a little cocktail before we went in, and you are a noisy little shit when you've had some drinks.
What are you talking about?
You and Greg were so loud in the beginning of the film. Oh, it was funny actually. Oh. I thought it was hilarious. You didn't care. You don't care.
No.
There's a hot dog singing. You want me to be quiet when the hot dog is singing?
Exactly.
I will say there was like 30 minutes of commercials. And how much was it?
Wait. No, wait. There was 20.
We were late.
We were late. Like 8 minutes late.
Yeah.
And there was still 20 minutes.
Easily 20 minutes. So previews. Much. And was there anything even good? Yeah, I don't even remember the...
Yeah, Running Man I think is going to be cool.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Which is, normally I don't like that because I like the old school, kind of like, I didn't like the Total Recall redo. Yes. But this one looks, not only does it look good, and I like that actor anyway, but also it's a different storyline in the sense that the Running Man, there was like 5 bad guys in the game show chasing him. And this one, the whole country can chase him. Like anybody can catch him. So
kind of stresses me out.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, it'll be like adult Hunger Games. So.
Oh God. Anyway.
Yeah, it was fun.
You know what I saw today? I sent it to you, and I don't know if you laughed at it or not.
What?
Was the equivalent to men going out and getting food for the family is to go and get coffee for your wife when you're staying at a hotel. Dude, it's like
I'm a hunter-gatherer.
Yes. Here's your coffee. And I'm still in bed. Thank you. It's amazing. I always wonder what kind of primitive woman I'd be. I know exactly what kind of primitive woman I would be.
Every time, you know the difference in how I'd pack?
Be pissed. I'd be like, really, this is all the flesh you could get off this rug, this pelt. Now I've got to do this. I've got to get the extra flesh off the pelt. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir. You'd be like, what? Isn't it enough that I brought a lion back for you? It's fine. It's a junior. It's a small one, but it'll do.
There's a difference in how I pack.
Our children might enjoy this pelt.
I'm traveling.
Thank you for all of your effort.
When we're traveling.
Yeah.
And the only real difference in that packing method is that I always make sure I have something, including a hat, that I can wear to leave the hotel room without having to get completely ready, so I can go get coffee if we need to. Because 9 3/4 times out of 10, using the coffee maker in the hotel room is not advisable.
Well, it's interesting. Two things. One, oh my God, we have not talked about our trip to Tahoe. We have to discuss this before we hang up for the day. Okay. Number one, I make the horrible error in judgment by drinking the water that they provide for us to use for the coffee machine, because I am always parched. So I take the water bottles that they give us and I glug them down, and then we're like, oh, let's have coffee. Oh,
sink water for you, lady.
Sink would be good for you. But
we got bottled water. We got sink. Sink would be good for you. So, tap water.
Really quick, we did go to Tahoe with some friends last weekend. So fun.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it, right? Creed and all that. Oh my God. Well, we're going to have to discuss this more next week. I know, but we went up. Let's just start from the beginning and we'll end when it's time to end, which is like 5 minutes. As I have aged into a mature woman, I get horrifically car sick.
Yeah.
Like so bad. And we take Highway 50, which is windy as hell, going up to Tahoe. And I know this, and this isn't about my age. I've been getting sick going to Tahoe up 50 since I was a child. We used to go skiing when I was 13, 14 years old. And I was like, do I want the exhaust in the back or do I want to be car sick in the front? I haven't just, and I always would lay down in the back and just deal with the exhaust because I just couldn't deal with the windy roads.
It's worse in the back,
Well, listen, man, if you get a whole flat to yourself and you can lay on your stomach when you're a kid,
sure,
it's better than nothing.
Roger that. So
I felt like you were a little annoyed that I was getting car sick, but I couldn't help it.
Why would I be annoyed?
Well, because I didn't.
That's dumb.
Because I didn't want you to have to stop, but you had to stop. I really thought I was going to throw up.
Yeah, I know.
I really, really did.
It's not a big deal.
Did you go pee in the woods when you were waiting for me to not be sick? What were you doing out there?
Looking at the river.
You said you couldn't see it.
I was trying to see it.
Oh, I'm glad.
Not with my penis. I was just trying to see with my eyes. Well, you saw me. I was right there.
I was sick. I couldn't tell.
No,
I was wondering.
I did not urinate on the side of the road in front of everyone.
Where were we when we thought that man was peeing in his front yard? Oh, we were at a birthday party. Another thing we didn't talk about. And that gentleman, and I'm like, is that gentleman pissing in his yard? You're like, yep, he is. And I was like, he wasn't. He wasn't, Lois.
Stuff.
He was just watering his gardenias. Anyway, so yeah, car sick all the way up. And then we passed like a car accident, all the things. I have to tell you, we ate at Edgewood, the golf course up there. Amazing view. Yep. And I did apologize to you because I will never be your golf partner. And I know you're like, well, you can still go. I'm like, absolutely not. I have no interest in it. Even with the cute outfits, I just can't do it. But you also don't understand how hard it is to golf with really big boobs. It's not easy. It's actually quite difficult.
Yeah, I know.
Do you see any big boobed professional women?
No. Professionals?
Yeah, no. Immediately no. And we know one woman who was good enough to be a professional golfer, and she also did not have.
No, it would be very difficult.
No. Anyway, with that being said, it was an amazing weekend. You won money on my lucky number.
I did on roulette.
That was amazing.
And we taught our friend how to play roulette.
And he won money too.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we didn't realize our hotel rooms were kind of expensive and we didn't know why. Well, Creed was in town.
Woohoo.
And
what's the song they sing?
There's several.
I don't think there's several. Several's a stretch. Okay.
There's three.
There's a few.
That I know.
3 is a few.
And I said, oh, there's going to be a lot of moms up here. There's going to be a lot of moms, getting away for the weekend to go see Creed. I was so wrong.
And who was right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It was me. You remember.
No, I don't.
I said douchebag central, and it was absolutely douchebag
Do you think
central.
they were douchebags?
Of course they were douchebags.
I don't think they were douchebags. I think that they were just troubled young men.
Okay.
There was just a lot of men.
There was no young
Creed.
men there. There was no young men there.
There was
no young. There was a bunch of 48-year-olds going, Creed!
I was absolutely floored at the amount of merch that I was seeing.
Non-licensed merch, by the way.
Purchased, I might
on
add.
the streets of Tahoe.
People were buying it. Creed has a following. I had no idea about this world of Creed. No idea.
Yeah.
But it was pretty intense. They
packed.
were really intense. Yeah. It was something.
It was something. That's right. But it was a fun weekend still.
Yes. So anyway, with all that, we will recap more of this because I think it's important. My wrist hurts because I did a workout and they forced me to do push-ups and, I have weak arms. I can't.
Oh, God.
I feel almost like I'm having some kind of situation. I don't think I can push any buttons. My arms.
Do you want me to reach over and push the end the show button?
Noodle arms.
You can do it. You can do it.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Try it.
We'll be back. No.
Oh, no.
No, my wrists are very weak. I need to be done. All right. Goodbye, everybody. We'll be back with all this other stuff, this Tahoe stuff, next week. Bye.